Good morning. I'm Landon Krigler, Krigler Realty Group. I wanted to talk to you today about a good problem that many are having, and that's receiving multiple offers. It's unusual, but in certain areas of the country, that's happening every day. What should you do if you receive multiple offers? Well, I'm sure your office has a policy on how to handle that. But many times the solution is to go back to each one and ask for their highest and best offer. You receive multiple offers, you inform each realtor that this is the situation and you want to receive the highest and best. Why do we say highest and best? Well, it depends on the offer. If one of them is cash, the others are involved in obtaining financing, then it is not necessarily the one with the highest price that is the best. In fact, you can reason this way. You can figure up the utilities, you can figure up the house payment, all the things that could happen on a offer that is involving financing. And if you have a cash offer that is ready to close almost immediately, then there are several $1,000s better than those involving financing. So you can speak with the owner of that. Well, they're only offering this. No, you're going to avoid possibly losing this sale because financing, you don't know all the details, but you want to try to find out. So what would you do if you did not have a cash offer? All of them were involving financing. Then with your request for a highest and best offer, you would also request that you be able to speak to the loan officer that gave the approval. Most will give you an approval letter, but you want to make sure that they have covered most of the major hurdles in this pre-approval process. Again, things could change in the middle of the process and that person not get the loan. So you can go to landonkrigler.com. We have another video about how to pre-qualify the buyer yourself, and you'll know what questions to ask, but we'll give you a few of them now. You can ask what are their ratios. There's two main ones, the housing ratio and the total debt ratio. And the housing ratio is self-explanatory. That was your taxes, insurance, principal, and interest to payment, plus all the mortgage insurance and everything else. What is that ratio compared to their monthly income, gross monthly income? That's a number. Could be 25%, 24%, 30%, 35%. If it gets up that high, you may be in some trouble there. But the main issue is the total debt ratio. If it is above 40%, that's their housing ratio plus all their other reoccurring debts. That would be credit cards, their car payments, and so forth, as compared to their gross monthly income. Now, you also have to determine what is income. Are they receiving child support? Well, how long is it going to be received? Is it more than 3 years? Then you can count it. If it's less, then that income is not counted, and that could throw the whole thing out. So you have to really know the questions to ask that mortgage originator. They're coming to a new job. Is there a probation period? Many companies have 90 days. It's just a trial. Do you want to wait 90 days in a market that is hot? No. You want to be able to ask all these questions from the loan officer, and you have to get permission. Normally they won't do that, but some will, I guess. But that should be part of your counter to each of those that have given multiple offers. And we can go into detail about what other questions to ask. So you have to be professional to protect your seller, especially in a good market and even in a bad one, because it could become bad easy. We showed you in another video how much buying power is lost with just a couple of points in the interest rate. From 3 to 5 is devastating. $400,000 house, it could be $85,000 in value that could be lost for your seller. So you, as the professional, want to make sure you know the questions to ask. And again, this used to be no reason to even go over this information. But now in certain areas, in my area where we are there, most of the time you'll get multiple offers if you price it right. And even regardless, we're getting multiple offers on homes that a year ago you wouldn't believe they would sell for that much. So you have to protect yourself. You want to make sure that your reputation, because you can sure lose it with that seller. If something changes in the time, well, did you ask this? Did you ask that? Why is this thing falling through? I don't know. Well, you should as best you can. So get that permission to do it. As Bill Belichick and Nick Saban tells their players, just do your job. And that's part of your job. You want to be a professional. We'll help you with that in our course that goes along free with our program. So go to landonkrigler.com to learn about the program and fish in a different pond. So those that are about to sell, we salute you. Thank you very much.